What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. And is Nintendo teasing Splatoon 3 on the official Nintendo of America Instagram account? So here are the details. There is this picture that you guys are seeing right at this point, and you see Callie Marie, you also see Pearl, but Nintendo, and obviously many people are probably thinking, wait a minute, somebody's missing. So Nintendo has this to say on the official post for this picture on Instagram. The stars from Splatoon and Splatoon 2 are staying fresh, even if it's frosty. But where's Marina? Where is Marina? Now, if you remember, at the end of the Splatfest seasons that they've done, Nintendo said that, hey, there's going to be this big thing. It is Order versus Chaos, Pearl versus Marina. What is going to win? We all know that Pearl ended up winning, which was Chaos, because she's crazy, whereas Marina's more of an orderly type of person. So where is she at? Pearl won. Marina lost with that last Splatfest. So what happened to her? Are they foreshadowing, or is this meaning that something is going to happen in the Splatoon universe? Could this be teasing the initial response or the initial setup for the story of Splatoon 3? We know good and well that Nintendo has done all sorts of teasing over the years when it comes to Splatoon, with the Splatfest, with some of their social media accounts with this franchise. It almost feels like it's something different outside of Mario and outside of Zelda and outside of the other 10 million plus sellers that we see Nintendo have. This is something that's fresh, pardon the pun here, and something that's just different. So they market it, they develop it, and they maintain it in such a different type of way. This is the most involved when it comes to updates that Nintendo's ever been in a game, period. There's been no other game where Nintendo has done more online updates, more patching, more adding of weapons, and more adding of things than Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. So I could see them doing some type of teasing or marketing with this type of game for all of the Splatoon fans that have been dedicated and have been playing since the original release back in 2015 all the way up until this point. Splatoon is blown up, one of the most popular shooters of all time, easily, even on the install base of the Nintendo Switch, especially if you add up. Heck, even what they did on the Wii U was pretty incredible considering new IP and also on a very low install base. So what Splatoon has done is absolutely incredible. Heck, I even talked about it a little bit ago, talked about it's one of the most, if not the most underrated game of the modern generation, considering how many players it has, considering how innovative it was, or it is, based on what you can do. There's literally no other game on the market like Splatoon 2. No other game, no other mainline game from any of these other companies. They're all kind of like a shooter type of thing or different styles, but none of them are like Splatoon. It has its own distinct feel. So I definitely think Nintendo might be foreshadowing here, might be teasing a little bit, especially after saying, like, where's Marina at? I mean, of course, this just could be a nice advertisement here. It could just be them just saying, hey, how's it going? But I don't know. It just seems so deliberate and everything. And of course, Marina losing the Splatfest with Chaos versus Order. I don't know. Something just tells me that there's something happening here when it comes to Splatoon and what Nintendo's going to do. Now, let's talk about possible release dates. Let's talk about possible reveal for this game. Now, there is going to be a video that I'm talking about in terms of Switch momentum that many of you guys will see. Depending on when you watch this video, it might already be out. But I think that there's one hell of a way to keep momentum, because this will be 3 years in 2020 from the original release of Splatoon 2. You have to remember, Splatoon 2 came out in the launch year of the Nintendo Switch. I think it was that July. It was right after ARMS. So I think it was that July we got Splatoon 2. So is it feasible to have Splatoon 3 3 years after the launch of Splatoon 2? Of course it is. Heck, look at Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2. That wasn't that long of a time frame either. That was 2 years going from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch. Probably going to be using the same engine once again, probably just increase the graphics just a bit more, add it in some of these other things. They've already got everything built for the Switch. I think that a 3-year gap in between, because everyone that's doing the updates for Splatoon 2, they're not all just working on that game 100% with the whole team. There's other people that are working on new ideas, that are working on new games within the Splatoon 2 theme, and they made like a bazillion dollars off of this game. I mean, this game has just been huge for them, over 10 million units. I think at this point, once we get the numbers by the end of December, it will be 10 million for this game. So it's been absolutely amazing, an amazing run for this franchise, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So I do think that we could get a reveal for Splatoon 3 in 2020, and it could release in that year. I don't think they would announce it like a year ahead of time and then it releases like in 2021, although obviously it's possible for that to happen. I just feel that they would announce it and release it in the exact same year, kind of like what they did with Splatoon 2. Splatoon 1, I know that they announced it in 2014 because of that big E3, then it launched the following year, but I do think that it would be announced and launched in the same year, considering the type of game Splatoon is. And what are the combat possibilities? I almost want to like page click right now to see, because I think that she'd have a lot of insight in terms of what they can do. Maybe that's a video for another day, but I think that I personally would like to see, when it comes to single player content or when it comes to local content, I'd love to see a online co-op and local co-op mode for the campaign in the game, to where somebody else can pick up, or you can go online with somebody else and you can play through the campaign story with a friend to kind of get through, crank up the challenge and everything like that. I think that would be a really good addition. One of the best additions to Splatoon 2 was the Salmon Run Mode, which is kind of like their version of Horde mode from Gears. That was one of the awesome additions to the game, because you can kind of get together with your friends, which was not in a turf war type of situation to where you're completely just going against each other, but you can work cooperatively to have a certain goal. Imagine doing that with a single player campaign, and with the type of style that Splatoon 2 does with the single player, with all the different rails that you can go through and everything. I think that would be a lot of fun and open up a lot of opportunities for new gameplay ideas. But I also think that adding in some extra elements from kind of what we've seen with some of these other games, adding in some light RPG elements to the single player campaign, because there is RPG elements in the multiplayer, right? You're getting experience, you're kind of leveling up your weapons. I would like to see a little bit more of that, and then flesh it out more with the single player campaign or with the campaign in the game. I think that would make things a lot of fun. Also, modes. I think that increasing the team size, that might be something that they could look into. Maybe big team battles. I know when Super Smash Bros. Added in 8 players, that was pretty cool, although I don't ever use it because I don't have 8 people to play locally here, but that was cool for those who do have a lot of people that want to play. So maybe they increase like the player count to make it, maybe I would say it's 4-on-4 right now, so maybe we make that 6-on-6. That would be like a big team battle, increasing that player count there. So I would like to see that as well. And of course, you can increase the map sizes, right? So if you increase the player count, you can kind of add a little bit more to the maps and maybe give people a little bit more firepower to work with some of the weapons and everything. Although some of those weapons just are absolutely nuts. So kind of just having a little bit of a rundown of everything here, it does seem like Nintendo is teasing Splatoon 3 based off that picture there. I do think that they're going to add a lot of cool stuff. The Splatoon team is crazy innovative. This is one of the most innovative games that I've ever played. And all of the new weapons that they added, like the dualies and like the blobbers and all this different stuff that was added from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2 was crazy. So they will do a lot of cool stuff. They will add a lot of extra content to it. And I think that it's not going to be anything that's like a revolution, personally, if it is. Like if we do get a Splatoon 3 in 2020, but I think it's going to be a lot better, because Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2, Splatoon 2 is much better game, and I think Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3, they're going to fix a lot of the issues, even though they had the patches and everything, but there's still more that they can do. I also think stuff like loadouts too, right? Maybe having some loadouts that you can use, maybe switch between them in a match. I get it for competitive play, but if you have like the big team battles, or even if you have a mode that's literally built for being able to switch out loadouts, maybe that would be a pretty cool thing for them to add in too. And I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking something like a battle royale mode, which would be interesting, but Nintendo should take their own spin of a battle royale, right? So do battle royale, but make it a Splatoon style battle royale. Now, I don't know how they would be able to get that done. I'm not sure exactly what form that would take, but I think it'd be cool if Nintendo put their own spin for Splatoon 3 for like Battle Royale. I think that would be dope. I don't know what they do once again, but it'd be cool if they found something. So what are you guys' thoughts when it comes to Splatoon 2? And of course, is Nintendo teasing Splatoon 3 here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content that's going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.